we was at the funeral, attending the funeral for Jean's younger brother, and we were all finishing up now. We're just returning to our car. Then we got a phone call, but everybody heard that shot. Yeah, they all raced down. We all raced back, and then I got a phone call from my daughter-in-law. Yes, so and so has been shot. Yeah, and we all started after a big sad funeral with one of our family members. We had another thing going, and that was all. Just too much, just too much. And today, we just can't get over that feeling. Every time we got to think about it. We all cried in our cars, all driving back to that house. Everybody went into their house, what they saw there. It's really, sadness, came over them, what they saw, and then went out of the house, just crying. We all then decided we would all go to the police station. You know, we all sat there for hours and hours, hours and crying. People were angry, and we were all still crying. My granddaughter and me and my family were all sitting in another group. There were family groups sitting there, but we all came together as one, and it was, hard for us to, you know, get that feeling of our, yes, it's a really strange thing that happened in our community. It happens in other places, in America, in Africa, or wherever, in other states, in the state, in Australia, but not in Outback, like Yundemu. We had many police working here, getting to know the families, getting to know the culture. Many of our police force that are working here, they come to know the families. Anyway, but this is just a bad thing for the community that happened that day. Just it's just come like what he's talking about, praising him. What he's saying, it like the where they can just come and shoot somebody, what they do in the movies, you know. And it's hard to believe. We just how can we keep on? We are strong cultural people here in Yundamu, Popanya, wherever, and we know that that kind of thing is not appropriate for us to be able to, us indigenous people, to see and know about it or see what happened, because it's too much. Today we're still thinking about it. We're still talking about it. And how can we come up with that? Some police are good when we come to know them. That's why if they want to come to look for somebody, they gotta come to us, ask them. But some are good. You know, they don't look for recognition. These community police that have been working here, I mean, they should be recognized for doing a good job. But they people like the ones that came in to do this thing took a young man's life. He's not a hero. He's just somebody who's took somebody's life. And it's enough. for losing somebody like that. It's in our mind, it's in our heart, it's in our spirit. We still think about it. I don't know about him, the man who took his life. I don't know what he thinks. Yeah, it's just cutting short a young man's life. You know, he could have just, they could have just found some way to be able to take him back without taking his life. Well, because we need the government to understand. These people, they are joining the police force. They can't just come and you know be tough in our communities. There are elders in these communities. They can be able to talk to. We don't want another Rolf coming in our community to do these kind of things. We want to be able to work together. Work together. You know, whatever things, even government got to realize that we are the indigenous people of this land, and we want to be able to help our young people if they got funding. Yeah, but I'm missing him all the time. I talk about him. Yeah, and if there is a way in the Northern Territory that those kind of things won't happen again in the territory. I know it's happening up in Darwin and all that, but here in the Central Australian remote communities, we want to be able to be strong, strong, build strong connection with the police that are working on in the community, so that we can work together and not be able to, let others come in and do bad things in our community. We want to be able to be strong, just to look after our young people because they are a generation. We won't live forever, but we want to be able to teach our young people and help them go through this life. You know, teaching them, talking to them, whatever thing they are doing is bad for them, alcohol, whatever drugs they're taking. We want to be able to talk to them. There's a way that we can remember that young fella to be able to help other young people save their lives. Yes, because right now, every time I talk about him, it's just too emotional for me. Anyway, it's very hard for me to talk about this all the time. Anyway, because I lived with him, I cared for him. I cared for him in this house. My granddaughter found joy and happiness with him. Yeah. We talk about him all the time, and this is what we go through, even our family too. Yeah. And it's a it's a very a strange picture that we can see all the time in our mind. How his life was cut short by a stranger, by a strange weapon.